gave you my love. I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. You got to treat me good, and I'll be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I could do, baby. When you get right down to it, yeah. You're beautiful, and I wouldn't change one thing about you, yeah. Oh, 'cause you're beautiful, and I don't mind telling the world about you, yeah. You're beautiful. And what about the way you love me? And the way you squeeze me. Simply beautiful. You're beautiful. When you needed me, yeah, I was right there by your side. Simply beautiful. Yeah. You're beautiful.
WIFTBPN.
I got that 10K the other day, but it's already gone away. I had some bills that I had to pay. I need my money. I roll the money. Y'all know the hustle. I need my money. I roll the money. I need my money. I roll the money. I need my check, my 10K, my 10K, my 10K, my 10K. Y'all know the hustle for that bag. Went to the ATM, 2 or 3 of them. I put my card in, but no cash came out. I wanted to shout. If you're rich, you can get a bad bill. But if you're poor, all you're gonna hear is no, 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 no. I need my money. I roll the money. I need my money. I need my 10K, my 10K, my 10K.
Good afternoon. You are tuned in to Minding Our Black-Owned Business with host me, Tenille Jackson. Ron, did I make you proud? All right, there you go. I practiced all the way here. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to be back here for the moment, for the day. Thank you all for being tuned in. This is Minding Our Black-Owned Business every Tuesday. Today and next week, Tuesday. And today I've got Sly Townsend here in studio. I thought I was going to be in trouble for having him in studio, but apparently I'm good. So that's really good. We're going to talk about his Black-owned business. He owns my favorite water company, and I've got questions. We're going to talk about just the benefits of alkaline water. We're going to talk about his journey. We're going to do all that good stuff, and I'm very, very excited to have him in studio. Some of you all may know the name. I'm going to throw you under the bus. Don't put him on screen yet. Not yet, because I'm not ready, because I got to fuss a little bit. But we haven't seen you in the mornings in the Lion's Den in quite a while. I don't know. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about it. I don't know if somebody made you mad or not, but I don't know. But we haven't seen you in a while. We look forward to your comments. Don't say anything. You're good. I just wanted to put that out there a little bit because he's no stranger to what's in it for the Black People Media and the morning show and all that good stuff. So if you guys are tuned in this morning or this afternoon, thank you. Ron and Mary, how are you guys?
Great. How you doing today?
I mean, I saw y'all faces on Thursday. I said, wow, I take a day off and wow. But you guys had Miko Monroe, so that was cool. Yeah. I did. I tuned in. I said, wow. Hey, Mary and Ron.
I have to say that Miko said, hey, I want to see y'all.
So
that's
you feel shady towards me?
No.
No.
In
other words, like I'm
great.
It wasn't our fault.
It wasn't our fault.
In other words, as if I don't want to see your faces.
You know what? I plead the fifth.
That's good. I think you should.
I'm doing great.
I did. I scrolled past. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Parenting and I'm gonna watch Ron and Mary and Parenting in a Pandemic with Miko Monroe. It's okay. It's all good.
It's a great day.
Mary, you're looking cute. Your jacket's cute.
Thank you.
All that good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys are tuned into Minding Our Black-Owned Business, and I am super excited to have Sly in studio with us today. We have been following and supporting Sly for years. And okay, full transparency, I asked Sly less than 12 hours ago to be on the show. Because I've been super busy minding my Black-owned business, which has been really exciting in my journey. So I'm appreciative that he's here. But my sister-in-law said that yesterday was Water Day. So me being a stream of conscious person, and I don't think she meant your water. I think she meant the like the world water. So then my brain, I'm like, oh, water, Sly. I promised him before I end this season, because I will end this season next week. This also might be the last day too, so we don't know yet. But either way, I promised you to be able to come in studio, so I wanted to make sure we did that. So it kind of worked out both ways. Mary, don't make that face. It'll be a goodbye. It will be a goodbye if it is a bye. If not, we'll just roll on into season 3 as if I never said any of this. So either way, one of the things I wanted to talk about, so I don't have church announcements. I kind of have a thing I kind of want to talk about. And I think one of the things that happens, I've been a business owner now for 20 some odd years, just been in the game for a while. I don't need claps. I don't need claps, but we've been in the business and owned our own business for a long time. And one of the things that I always like to say to people that are starting off in business is that it's not easy. And I think a lot of times when you don't, I personally do not talk about myself at all. I just don't. I just like work. I like just the fruits of my labor to be seen and shown and all that good stuff. But I think it's important for people to understand, especially with the stimulus coming in, and shout out to Ingrid for being on last week. But everybody's not meant to be a business owner, and that's okay. And I think that that's something that people shouldn't feel stressed to want to be if that's not in you. And sometimes your hobby is just a hobby, right? Especially if you do not have business skills. Sometimes it's a hobby, and I think that's okay too. I think I appreciate a good hustle. I do. I appreciate I sell something on the side. I do something else, and I think that's okay. But I don't think that anybody should ever be made bad to feel whatever path you choose. But if you do choose to become a small business owner or become an entrepreneur after living in the corporate world, or just not even living in the corporate world, kind of like you worked and then now you want to start a business, there is one immediate rule. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot build a business on the backs of your friends. Business 101, your business must fulfill a need that exists, period.
Yes.
You must be providing a solution to a problem. And once you have actively identified that your business fulfills that need, then you, not your friends, not your mama, not your cousin, you have to work through that. And every single day, you've got to work past your hurdles, your obstacles that every single entrepreneur has faced. So not the first person to have struggles in the business and all that good stuff. 25 years later, I understand that Maze and I sometimes can make it look fun. And I understand that, especially in the world of social media, you only show the fun, right? But unless you have actually purchased, and I want you guys to hear me well, unless you have ever actually purchased a pair of, and I'm being very specific because this is specifically what we sold, a pair of K-Swiss socks from Maze Jackson, myself, or our mother in the 2000s, of which we sold out of the back of our trunk because of a failed business, you have no idea of the journey. No idea. So you can come up with a lot of excuses and you can come up with a lot of assumptions about what it is, but 20 some odd years in business for yourself is a lot. And working your business and going through the hurdles and obstacles that come with your business, they exist and they're real, and you cannot blame your friends for that. So with that being said, Mary, can you bring in my Sly? Sly, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. I
Tenille?
think you might need to bring your mic closer to you. It moves.
All right. Is this mic on?
Yeah.
All right.
It's on. I had to get that out of the way because I think a lot of times people think it's easy. And I think people think the journey is easy. And I think it's so easy for people to think that, hey, you should start a business and then it's easy and expect that when you open a business that you're going to get all this kind of support from your friends and family who may have encouraged you to do it. And it's no slight or diss on your friends, right? It's just kind of a thing that exists. And I think that before anybody starts a business, they've got to be pure in what their purpose and passion is. And sometimes you're not. But understand that journey is real and the grind is real and all of that stuff is real. And I say all that to say, because I'm speaking on a different situation that I felt like I needed to speak on before I closed out the season. But I'm also speaking because I followed your journey. And I have watched the evolution of these bottles. I still miss the little jugs. I went through a couple years. I think I feel like me and my team out in Bolingbrook, we might have sold 100, 200 bottles or a little bit less, more.
Maybe 500 cases.
No, okay, thank you. I just wanted my props.
Tenille
and team. Tenille and team put in work on this album.
Team put in work.
Yep, we absolutely did. So before we go any further, tell us about yourself. What do you own? The name of your company, all that good stuff.
All right, my name is Sylvester Townsend. I am the owner of Glacier Alkaline Water. I've been in business since 2010. Okay. I made a transition from water to water. I actually had a pressure washing company prior to this. So I got into this water because there was a need that was met. And my father had gotten sick. And so they sent him home to die in 2010. And I was just like, hey, I've been hearing about this alkaline water, Dad. Let's just drink it. Let's just see what it does.
Now, how'd you hear about it?
I got to give a shout out to my friend, my brother, Rashid Spillers, that have been telling me about it since 2007.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, man, get on out of here, man. That's snake oil, man.
Right? Because that's what they say.
Oh, he's like, man, I'm telling you, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. It's going to help you. And I said, well, whatever. So I never ever took him serious until 2010 when Pops got sick. But prior to that, in that February, I had drank the water myself, and I had bad eczema.
Okay.
So when I had drank the water, it cleared my skin up, and then it just helped with a lot of other things, helped balance my pH and things along that line. And so I was like, wow, this is some good water. And so when there was a need for my father in April, I was like, Dad, let's just drink this water and let's just see. You know what I'm saying? They say you're about to die. So, and all, everybody experience will be different. But when I gave it to my father, It balanced his pH. He had congestive heart failure. This is documented. He had congestive heart failure. Okay. My mom's a registered nurse. She had already changed his diet, changed everything. The only thing that we changed was his water. And so it flushed the toxins out of his body. It actually, he actually lost weight. He was taking 21 medicines.
Ooh.
21 medicines.
Ooh.
I was like, it dropped him down to 7.
Okay.
Then he couldn't walk during that process. So I took after he was on it for like a month, and I came, I was still finishing out my pressure washing in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I came back home in that June, I actually walked a half a mile with him.
After him drinking the water.
After him drinking the water. Now, if anybody knows congestive heart failure, it makes your breathing. And so he couldn't probably walk from here to that door. And so when I walked a half a mile with him on 88th and Kedzie at that park, I said, oh, we on to something.
Yep.
And so I just did my research. And I don't want nobody to think that it just happened overnight.
Yeah.
Because like Tenille said, there's a process. Yep. And nobody has information for you when they have the information.
Yep.
So you have to go find the information. And then you get some people that just want to see you win. Yep. Period.
Yep. And that's so important, what you just said. And I don't want people to miss what you said. Sometimes people have the information and you still have to go find the information. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. Because I'm also one of those people that I think that God puts who you need in your life when you need them. Yes. To do what you need to do. And I think that sometimes the work is part of the journey for you to appreciate what is to come. If it's just handed to you, that's not how that works. And sometimes it's that May says it all the time. You can't mess with little money, you can't mess with big money, right? If you cannot be good stewards of what you have, the gifts, the tools, the resources, when it's small and your mindset is not appreciative in that moment, how in the world do you get to manage the millies? How do you get to manage the distribution? How do you understand all of that? So talk to us about the process. I still personally miss the jugs. My voice is not strong enough to make him go back to doing the jugs, because talk about the process. So we've got this, but I feel like you've had glass bottles. Maze and Carrie had customized water bottles that they gave out at their wedding for the gifts. We've had the jugs. What is it like owning a water company? Is it you going to the faucet filling up the jugs?
So I'll tell you what it was.
I said, are you going to the faucet filling up the jugs?
You don't go to the faucet to fill up the jug.
That's what people think.
But you have to buy machinery.
Okay.
And I bought 4 alkaline water machines.
Okay.
And I set them next to each other. And you have to hook them up. And I had 4 spouts running.
Okay.
At once. Now, just a disclaimer, this was at the beginning.
Yep.
And so now it's bottled at a manufacturing company. Those of you that follow me, Avlacia, on social media, I've posted it, and you all will see my journey. But those particular, so I had 4. I had bottles, caps, labels, boxes, tape. So the process was you take the bottle, you have to still follow PPP, you put your protective wear on. Right. But anyway, you sit there, you hold a bottle under there, you cap it, you label, then you put it in a box, you tape that box, then you carry it to the car.
But you did this with like 30 people on your staff, right?
I did this by myself.
No, you had 30 people.
Nah.
You came out the gate ready with the payroll ready.
Nah.
What? Because then you had to go sell it too?
My first couple of years, I had people that helped me. That shout out to everybody that put time, energy, invested money of whatever donation. All my clients that has bought either 1 bottle or 1,000 cases. I respect you guys, and I love you guys for it because you guys helped me get here.
Yep.
And I actually know, besides the ones that are sold in the stores, my first 5 years, I know every last one of my clients that I delivered to their homes.
Yeah.
So, but the process when you have to deliver everything, you don't get to sleep. Relationships are sacrificed. People are going to tell you, hey, you need to go get you a job. Some things are not going to get paid. Sometimes
A lot of things not gonna get paid.
hey, your credit will be damaged. A lot of times, for people, let me explain this to you. If you don't have your paperwork together, don't even try to go get loans. If you don't have your credit together, don't try to go get loans. In order for you to get loans or for them to either give you a credit card, you got to make sure your paperwork is together. You got to file your taxes.
What?
You got to file your taxes.
Not the taxes.
And you got to be a good steward over the money.
Yep.
I didn't enjoy none of my money the first few years because I put every last dollar back into the business.
And that's an important part that we have to talk about when it comes to, and if today's conversation is obviously to everybody, but the new business owner, I want people to see, I wanted to give you time to talk about your process because one, alkaline water in and of itself is controversial, but then now you've got a water company and it's not a lot of Black people that own water companies, but the process is real and the steps that you had to take to get there are super real. And I think that people miss the part, and I don't care what the business is, you've got to work it, which is why I brought up the part where unless you purchase some socks about the trunk of the cars, back in the day when Mays decided he was going to buy George's or some I don't know, some store that was popular, Wesley's. He wanted to buy Wesley shoes when it was closing because he had a good idea. And it just didn't work, right? So you, like you said, you've got to reinvest. And sometimes the businesses that you start may not always finish. Because has it always been a Glacier?
It was.
Right? Because
it has not always been a Glacier. So when I first got started, I just thought I had the best name. So I said, it was called The Water Works with a Z at the end. Oh, nobody's ever thought about that.
I got it. Change the S to a Z.
Yeah, just change it to the Z. Now I'm about to kill them.
So no one can find me. Yeah.
Right. So what I did was right then and there, of course, we go get the let me tell you something. When you get your name, first thing you do, if you love it, get it trademarked.
Mm-hmm.
Get it trademarked. There's all type of places people will charge you this, people will charge you that. And I gotta give them a plug because the person that I went to, it was called Trademark Express.
Okay.
And his name is Chris DeMassa. Never met him a day in my life.
Okay.
But when I came up with the name, I called him because he did my first one. He said, and they give you an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So all this is in your actual initial consultation.
Okay.
So you got an attorney. So they say, hey, the Waterworks, there's 66 in Chicago alone.
Wow.
Now we haven't even done nationwide. So they said, okay. They said, well, go back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I came up with the name of Glacier, I sent it to him.
Okay.
And he called me back and he said, there was no name like this anywhere. He said, Sylvester, I've done over 50,000 trademarks. This is a newborn baby guarded with your life.
Because you made it up, right? I think a couple years ago, May said, "What now? What is an inflation?" But you made it up.
A Glacier.
All right.
The meaning is unlimited benefits.
Oh, because you made up the meaning too.
Yes, I own the name.
So then you just
This
did
is
the
my
whole
name.
thing. I love it.
You can't use it. My name, federally trademarked.
I love it. And how long did it take you to realize you needed to change the name? Was it like a year, 2 years? Like, were you rolling with Waterworks immediately? Or?
No, yeah, we ran with Waterworks. We was just trying to make some money.
Get something. Okay.
So, and we just wanted a label on it.
Okay.
And so I went from printed labels to, I just went from a friend of mine, Mary Spiller, shout out to you. She was she was making the copies for me.
Okay.
In the of the label. So I would just stick them on. They were round labels you get from Uline.
Okay.
And you would just put them on the bottle. But I just wanted some form of presentation.
Right.
And then one day I had to just look at my mom, and my mom does everything with excellence. And she said, it's time to get you together. But shout out to my mama. Hey, Ma, I love you. Thank you for pushing me in everything I do. You didn't want to help me out, but you always helped me out because you had to, because you was my mother. But don't ever think that your parents, your friends, your sisters, your cousins, your friends, none of that, everybody don't support you up front.
And that's okay.
Exactly.
I definitely don't say that with the attitude. And I think sometimes the type of support received can be overlooked, right?
Yes.
Especially nowadays in social media. I feel like if you like the page and that's all you did, I'll take it. If you shared something, one thing, I'll take it. You know, if you find time Tuesdays at noon to tune in to a podcast that may or may not be of interest to you, or you just keep it on in the background, but you got other work to do, I'll take it, right? Because you can't make assumptions for what other people should and should not be doing for a purpose and passion that is yours and yours alone.
Absolutely. This is yours.
Yeah,
This is yours and yours only.
And you've got to know that you're filling a need before you even started the business, and or decide that it's going to be a hobby at the end of the day. And I think with you and the alkaline water, so I purposely didn't wear any makeup today because I wanted people to see how smooth my skin is.
That skin is popping.
Yeah.
Look at mine.
I swear by Avlacia alkaline water. I will take breaks, as you know.
Yes.
I typically order 10 cases at a time just so that it's stocked in the house, and then we still have a few people that we sell to. I believe in giving this out as gifts a lot. So if I've ever done a Mom Squad event, you guys have been, I give this water out just because I believe in it. And it's okay if people don't.
Right.
I do believe that it helps to flush you out if need be. I do give a disclaimer, but I didn't give y'all a disclaimer before the thing, but it's alkaline water, so it's going to move through you. It's going to make it do what it do.
And it is.
To do what it do.
And it is.
If you got it, you're welcome. Just in case you got to go to the bathroom and you need a break, that's fine.
And it is a 9. It's a 9.0 pH. And so, just to give a disclaimer, everybody experience is different.
Yeah.
But from what I know, it's a negatively charged water. It neutralizes the acid in your body. It flushes the toxins out. It helps balance the pH. It also give you a cleaner, smoother stool. Give you a cleaner, smoother. It give you a cleaner urine. It also helps your skin.
Yep.
And this ease can't live in an alkaline state. And not saying that if you just drink the water, you're just gonna automatically be healthy.
Yeah.
No, this is a lifestyle. It's an alkaline diet lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if you drink one of these bottles a day, I guarantee you'll love it.
This is how I justify not doing that other alkaline-based diet with all the restrictions and such. I'm like, but I drink the water. Ron, can we go to break and can we show off some of the evolution? Because when we come back, I want to talk about all the cool stuff that you're doing as it relates to brand building and what that's like, right? We talked about the building of the business part, but I want to talk about the other part that's important, the visuals you're working on, the photo shoots, the creative behind the brand to help propel you past being just a small business owner into being and collecting the millies that you're working on.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, Ron, this is me blinking 3 times.
WIFTBPM.
Drink, live, revitalize how you feel. Experience unlimited benefits from nature. Avlacia, drink, live, revitalize how you feel. Experience unlimited benefits from nature. Refreshing, Avlacia. Experience unlimited benefits. Now take a sip. It's not just the water, it's the lifestyle. Definite Avlacia. Alkaline, drink and revitalize. Hydrate the body and the mind. Never compromise. Whether you're at home or the job, feeling stressed, and your body is exhausted from aerobics at the gym, basketball, football, jump shot, or the blitz. Let Avlacia recharge. Put your body at its best. Stay focused in the boardrooms and the golf course. Representatives impressed in your Eagle Park 4. Take notice, cause Avlacia will benefit more than the average bottle of water. Help it 6 times more. Get the energy. recovery, hydration and endurance, raise the pH balance and improve how you perform. We drink responsibly, hydrate and evolve. Experience inflation, healthy for us all. Shrink, live, revitalize how you feel. Experience the benefits, nature. Take us to inflation. Drink, live, revitalize how you feel. Experience unlimited benefits from nature. Take us fresh, inflation.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
Tuned into Minding Our Black Owned Business with me, host Tenille Jackson, here on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. I've got Sylvester Townsend.
Hello.
Of Glacier Alkaline Water in the studio. That's a really cool commercial.
Thank you.
That's super cool. Now let me get a media buy about you.
I got you. It's done. Shout out to Henry Shannon that put the vocals down for me in 2013.
So can we talk about that?
Let's go.
So Sly delivers the water. Again, hundreds upon hundreds of cases back in the day always would do it. So we would always chit chat and just talk about stuff. And
we double platinum. 2 million bottles sold.
Really?
Hello.
That's really cool, right? So to know Sly is to know he is a talker and he talks, but he's talking about all of his ideas, which I'm used to with business owners, right? Or visionaries and things like that. And I listen to it and I'm like, okay, yes, I know. And he's like, man, I'm gonna go to the beach and I'm gonna go to the pool and put the water in the thing and the stuff. So I think it's really cool now to watch your evolution and to hear your evolution, because that's part of it. And I wanna talk about that part because we focused the first part on the business itself. And I think so many times a lot of people want to start with the super cool photo shoots. Said Jay, we see you. We know we need them.
Said Jay.
Yes, we know.
100.
Yes. But people want to start with the photo shoots and they want to start with the websites and they want to start with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the work has to be put in before you can even get to the stuff. And to your point, 2013 that was done. Didn't get necessarily released until later, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just dropped a few things. And this is a vision from God. So I strategically do these things. And my main thing, I haven't done a lot of posting, but trust me, my arsenal is heavy.
Yeah.
My arsenal is heavy for the big boys that
when it's time, right? Because there's honor in the preparation, there's honor, but it's even stuff down to as little as making sure that the UPC codes are on your labels,
yes.
Right? Like you didn't start off with UPC codes, and if you did, they didn't necessarily go to anything right away. Let's keep it
a buck. Everything that I did, every label that I put on a bottle, it was able to be sold in the store.
Really? From the beginning?
I own these UPC labels.
From the very beginning, you need to
Yes.
do that. Oh, that's really cool.
So if anybody want to buy it, just so you know, if you need a UPC label, just go online, look up UPC labels. They're not expensive. And I think I have about 20 of them. I've helped some of my people that I help build businesses. I gave them to them and things like that. But mine are all, they're scannable in any grocery store now.
Which is so cool.
Yes.
So that's and yes, the UPC process is very simple.
And they're only like $10 for
I was about to say
20 of them.
Yeah. I was about to say it's not a lot. But again, that's one of those nuggets people should share as you're building stuff, as people are looking to become out of home-based business. You want to be able to come correct and appropriate. What you just showed me before we started the show is, I'm gonna be taking a selfie with it as soon as I see it, with your point of sale and all that good stuff. So where can people find the water?
Well, you can go online right now, avlacier.com, avlacier.com. We deliver to you.
Okay.
So a case of alkaline water, a case of my water, you get 12 bottles in a case delivered to your home in the Chicago area, Chicagoland and surrounding suburbs. We have a special online, $22.
Nice.
Delivery is included.
Nice.
There's no hidden fees.
They can just do one case?
Huh?
They
Well,
can
we try to do a 3-case
all
minimum.
right,
But
like
if
make
you
it
want,
worth it worth the drive.
No, but guess what? If you want it, order 1 case. We appreciate that, and we'll just put you on that day that we're in that way. So it's okay. Yeah, and then if you live out of Illinois, then it's $33 free shipping. I mean, it's $33 delivered to your home.
Got it.
Yep,
Which is
so,
nice.
So it's $22 or it's $33. So
and that's 12 1-liter bottles.
12 1-liter bottles.
Which is really, really nice.
Yes.
And then every once in a while, I'll post when I have a surplus. I typically have just gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm down to my 10 cases, and I've got people that I give 3 to Chef Rome. That's his thing because everybody likes the water. And then my mom's got a couple people that she sells to, and then I still got friends that get the water, and then I kind of drink it from there. I really didn't like the new sizes for a really long time.
Boo.
I know. Because the other ones were cute little jugs, and they were quarts, and they were really nice. But these have forced me to drink the water, like all of it, right? Because it's that one of those things where you don't want to just leave it. So if for no other reason, all right, I can knock this out, right? You're sitting around and the thing. Now, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, my plants get it. I will hook my plants up with a little alkaline water from time to time.
And they'll grow better.
Yeah,
But as I tell anybody that grew with me, you should want the person to evolve.
Yeah.
And this is evolution. I've used any kind of bottle that I could buy with a cap because sometimes I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had to order from overseas. I had to just order from everywhere. And a lot of times, let's not get it twisted. I didn't have the money to pay $5,000 for, a half a truckload or pallets. You got to pay for shipping and everything. So
then you got to store it.
you had to store it. So I had to improvise. So we bought the small bottles, we bought the little bottles. We found out wherever they had them, I used them. But I stayed consistent with the brand, and I stayed consistent with the taste. And so that's why people still love it. I would say that I'm a cool person, but people buy the water because it helps their bodies.
Yeah, if you become I can't convert everybody. Like I said, I do have friends that are like, that snake oil, that ain't nothing. And this, I'm like, oh, but I could get you off a couple medications if you just flushed your body out with the. I'm also, just full disclaimer, I hate medicine. I'm not a medicine person, and I'm really into oils. I try not to sound like a crazy oil lady, but I believe in the power of like oregano oil for everything. I believe in my lavender, my peppermint, the essential oils. I'll diffuse, purification, all that good stuff. So the alkaline water, and my mom, 76 years old, she looks amazing. We swear by the water. My mom is an everything alkaline water person. So she even uses this for her coffee. I'm not that deep with it. I still faucet water. Faucet. This water too high to be putting on my skin like that. I'll let it work on the inside before
But you can't. Now, if you want the one
He
for the
said
skin,
22 bottles a case. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying. I ain't taking no bath with the water, but my mom is into
Take
that.
an alkaline bath.
Hey, I'm not there yet.
Well, if you want the skin, if you want the one for the skin, you can go to keystylist.com. She sells the actual the acidic water for the skin.
Really?
Yeah, she's on 99th and right off of Beverly, 99th and Beverly. Key Stylist Salon. Yep, and she sells the acidic water that's good for your face. Yes.
I'm not there yet. I'll just keep doing it. I'll do the internal thing, and no. My daughter will be washing her baby doll's hair in the water. I will be mad. No, that's okay. What were you gonna say? Yeah, talk to us, Mary.
Know how,
Put your face on the camera like you did last week, Mary. I'm just saying, Ron, Mary, y'all now we don't want to be seen. Is that what we're doing? Ron, how do you like the water?
I love it.
This is your first time drinking the water, right?
Yeah, I'm a water guy. I don't like popping juice.
He likes Fiji, to be specific.
Hey, look. There's no hate for no particular water brand. Listen, it's enough. Let me tell you something. It's 1,000 water companies out here. But if your product is good, you're gonna sell the product. So any business owner that's getting out there, you see 1 million people in your particular space, keep going.
So I was asking about the water. Like, a lot of people put witch hazel on their skin. So I was wondering if you can just use it as if you would put a witch hazel on your skin.
Yeah, it's an astringent. The acidic water is an astringent.
Yeah.
Are you a big witch hazel person?
No.
Are you? What do you use the witch hazel for?
I used to be.
My face is sensitive
So you wash it in witch hazel?
After I wash my face, I don't know
Really?
where I get the.
That sounds like a grandma just told you about that. I don't know. Now,
It's a grandma thing.
yeah, that
When
sounds
you
like,
speak,
oh.
when you speak about grandmamas, hey, look, I just want to say a heavenly rest in peace to my grandmama O.G. Evans. Hey, she said she gave me $1,000, and my grandmama only had like 7-11 a month. Sorry to put your business out there, Granny, but I gotta let them know that you invested in my business before you died. And she said, you go out there and make this work. Yeah. Because there's a lot of times you're going to just fall off and you just like, it's not that you may not have the money, but she said, go get it. Yeah. So shout out to my daddy. If it wasn't for you, Will Ford, rest in peace. I got 7 extra years out of him. That's awesome. For him putting on the water. Yep. And my grandmother loved the water. And shout out to my auntie Vanessa that held me down through the whole process.
Yep. Because for as much as we say you can't build your business on the backs of your friends, a lot of times the business is being supported and funded or help you get through the rocky part by your family,
by
right?
Your family,
that
by
ain't
your
gonna post
friends,
about.
yep.
That's not gonna post about it on Facebook. That's not gonna remind you at the family dinners, right? Because that's also part of that. We are the village. We need a village, and that's super important. And customer base. You already shouted out your customer base, but I think it's important. I am one of those super consistent supporters. I almost tend to think I find the businesses that I believe in that are just starting off because I realize you need the support a little bit more.
Yes.
Not that the people that aren't, but I still believe that when you say you're a small business owner, when you say you don't start a business to stay small forever,
No,
like
you
that's
don't.
not the plan. And if that's the plan, that's cool, but there's still growth within the respective areas that you're doing. So I think it's incumbent upon us to, I always tell people, you have to support people past the mess ups,
Yes.
right? If you know, because it's a double-edged sword, you can complain about whatever you want to complain about, but if you know that business is particularly needed in your community, especially as we were building up Black-owned businesses in the city and in the areas where it was desolate, if you know you need that business, I don't know. You got to push past it sometimes. It's not easy. You got to look. Now, you can be vocal enough to be like, you know what? No, my money is not going to be directed there. But sometimes there are businesses that really just need your business.
Absolutely.
Despite the troubles,
Yes.
despite what's happening, because they need something to push them over the edge. And let's be real. I don't start businesses with loans. I don't believe in it.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't.
I tried, yeah.
It's basically the people that love you, the people that just want to see you do something and don't want you. They want to support. They don't want you big and say, hey.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Keith, man. I love him.
It's like a whole shout out show.
Yeah, he buy a whole pallet from me, and that's my friend.
Really?
Yeah, he buy a pallet from me like every 2 months, just off the strength. But he drinks it and love it. You know what I'm saying? He gives it away.
Yeah.
That's my friend. Shout out to Sean Rhodes too. Nice. And we started it together. You know what I'm saying?
Business?
Yeah, when I started, I said, hey man, you want to sell this water with me?
You had a friend. There was a friend.
And then my other friend, Carlton Brown. And he's
That's
still
the friend
and he's
I
still
know.
in it. He's still in it. Yeah.
Nice.
He's still
That's
in
the
it.
friend. Yes, you were two. There were two of you because we were talking out before the show that we met you when Maze and I used to do festivals. Well, Maze used to do festivals. I would just kick it at the festival. And that had to have been what, 7-8 years ago, easy?
Yeah, so I started the business in 2010. I started doing events in 2013. I met Maze. Shout out to Lisa E, a friend of the show. Lisa E. Hey, I just met her, and she just took a liking to me. And she was like, "Hey, you want to do these events?" And at that time, I just did every event that came my way.
Yeah.
Every event, like let's go, let's do it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So and you just enjoy it,
Yeah,
So.
and that's part of it too. You got to figure out your passion points. You got to figure out what works for you, right? Your sales strategy can't be the same as someone else's, even though it may be the same kind of brand or the water and all that stuff. And you've got to be unique in building especially if it's small business, and you've got some longevity in the game. So you've got to have some relationship-based skills.
11 years, almost a 12-piece.
That's nice.
And I'll let anybody know, this is a 12-year overnight
Yeah.
success. So when you see me or you don't see me, but you see the brand, just know I put in blood, sweat, tears. I don't want to sound like the average, a lot of people, I slept in my car. I never slept in my car. I always had somewhere to go, but I did sleep in my warehouse. You know what I'm saying?
If you haven't slept in your business and you got a brick and mortar, I question how loyal you are to your business.
Hey, look, I slept in the warehouse with the space heaters because you have to know what bill you want to pay.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy the propane and keep me warm while I'm in this jacket.
Yep. All the time. 45th in Indiana, please. The balloon store. That was okay. I love it. What other black-owned businesses do you support?
I support.
Gotta pull up to the mic.
Okay. I support. It's so many out here, but I got to give a shout outs to the ones that carry my water. Harrow's 88. Both the ones on 35th, right off Indiana, and the one at 1450 South State. Percy Harrow's on 87th and State.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Harold's person. I like Sam Silk's Fish and Chicken. Shout out to the sponsors. I hope we're consistently keeping his radio commercial in rotation. Okay.
Shout out to Soul Veg. Shout out to the original Soul Vegetarian on 75th in Indiana. Shout out to everybody that carry my water. I'm just drawing a blank, but just trust me. It's just because I forgot, but I love everybody selling, my independent distributors, everybody that sells, that come and buy their pallets and sell to make money for their family and things like that. I support it. I just support everyone that supports me.
That's awesome. I love it. One more time, where can people find you?
You can find me at avlacier.com, avlacier.com. Check out the website. It's Avlacier on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. You'll just see some of our journeys. You'll see the products. And we also will be launching a 16-ounce and a 1 gallon in the upcoming month.
16 ounces? What's this?
So that's a 1 liter. So a 16 ounces is 500 milliliters. So that's half that bottle.
Oh.
And then we have the 1 gallons.
Oh.
Yes.
That'll be nice.
Yes. So you can have any size that you desire.
I've had the gallons from you before, haven't I?
That was a 3 liter. I had to try out a lot of different
It's like a
things.
Math lesson. I'd be like, what? I don't understand how many quarts. I need to work on that.
A gallon a day. I drink a gallon a day. So I've been over here doing the math the whole
So
time.
1 gallon is 4 of these bottles.
No, Mary, let's talk about you for a quick second while we're winding down. First of all, you drink a gallon and you might have about 5 lemons in your water. I've peeped your water bottles before. What's the deal with your lemons? I like lemon water though.
That was a once in a lifetime thing. I saw
so many lemons in your. I was like, man, she is so serious because you have goals, right? So the other part and the other reason why I wanted to have you on is, right, for those of us that did not work on our summer bodies in the winter, we have spring to work on the fall body now. Yes. And so this would help you to do that. And just our reminder that we need the water in your system, even if you're not really into the alkaline water. But you need to be healthy and drink the water and do all the stuff that's going to flush out the toxins and all that other stuff. But how long have you been doing your gallon a day?
So I've been practicing doing for some years now. For some years, and definitely on a fitness scene.
Consistently?
Yeah. 4 1 liter bottles is a gallon. 4 1 liter bottles.
Because I've been doing
universally.
I've been doing the math, and as far as like the pricing of everything, like what is it to drink a gallon a day?
How much does it cost to drink a glacier for it? Oh,
yes, and then
holla at me, Mary.
Okay, I'll holla at you.
I know somebody. That knows somebody that knows somebody.
And if anybody watched this show and they want to, you guys decide you want to purchase, DM me if you don't go to the website if you want 3 cases. And for the remainder of the month, I'll do 3 cases for $50. Delivery.
Oh, that's nice.
3 cases.
For the Minding Our Black-Owned Business family, right? Yep. They have to mention, can we just help me tie the loop as I on out of my show?
Minding Our Black-Owned Business. Yes. You have to mention it. And you'll get 3 cases for $50.
Hey.
No hidden charges.
That's nice. That's 36. That's 36 bottles of water for $50.
36 bottles of water. Yes.
That's nice.
36 bottles of great water.
Yes, healthy water.
Yes.
That's really cool. What were you about to say, Mary? I'm just doing the math. Oh, doing the math in your head. And we're going to talk Maze into kind of including it in what he's got going on with his pop-up stuff, because I think here's the other thing. You are an answer to what's in it for the black people. When you want to support a black-owned business, this is it. This is us today minding your black-owned business. and trying to figure that out. Yes, sir.
And I want to give Mays Jackson a shout out for having his show when he was at another place, and then being here. Mays he's been a supporter since I met him, and he's been buying water since 2013. And so I just want to give him a shout out.
Him and Carrie, because Carrie fusses when they're
Shout
out.
out to Water Commissioner Carrie Steele that loves it, that be on my line like, hey, we need that water. And
Tom K fusses when they're out of Appalachia. She just straight fusses. I be like, oh, somebody better get some water in the house.
So if the Water Commissioner drinks my water, you know it's thebomb.com.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you being on the show.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for having it. And you see, about the bottles, you know what I'm saying? It's
with your ice.
Like the club, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do bottle service.
You wet up Maze's mics. He going to be fussing at me.
I know.
I already broke a rule.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. All right, you all. So you've been tuning in to Minding Our Black-Owned Business. Ron, I haven't blinked my eyes 3 times yet, so let me do my closing. Let me make you proud of my closing. Maybe. I don't know. You guys have been tuned in to Minding Our Black-Owned Business. This has been Season 2, Episode 9. There is a chance that this may be my last show. I'm not sure. I will be back. So I'm going to take a break from everything that I do, hopefully. And if not, forget that I even said this. But if I take a break, just know that break is a well-needed and well-deserved break. Oh, come on, Janessa. Yep, R-O-double already said she inboxed. But thank you all for your support. There have been so many Black-owned businesses that we have discussed, talked to. Hopefully, you guys have made some connections. Hopefully, you all have figured out ways to just be a little bit more proactive in the support of Black-owned businesses and more intentional as it relates to those businesses and doing what we need to do. But I'm never far away as it relates to what's in it for the Black People Media. So I don't know. I might be back next week. I might not. Either way, enjoy the rest of your day. The green side of things is coming up. Bye.
Experience unlimited benefit of nature.